I'm going to be showing you my M5 loadout in that video I literally just made. This is going to be the monolithic interval suppressor. You could use this. I'd really recommend using this. I adore Really Philosophy. That's the only reason I'm really using this. And it does have sound suppression, which I adore too. And it takes down barely any outside, as you can see in the middle, it takes down barely anything. Also, if you take this off and put on the monolithic, there's a sound suppression and damage range, but it has aim down minus aim outside and aim walking steadiness. Aim walking steadiness is not great, and that will also take down control and mobility. It's amazing on other weapons, but for this, if you ever have a barrel as the monolithic interval suppressor, I'd recommend using this than the monolithic. You could also use the Merc foregrip. The Merc foregrip gets the recoil control and hipfire accuracy. It does do the aim locking, movement speed, and aim accuracy, but as you can see, this one does barely anything, and the recoil control and the hipfire accuracy is insane, because the hipfire is really what you want on this gun. You really want hipfire on this gun. It's insane with hipfire. Because if you're in a situation where there's everyone in front of you, you can just start shredding and going left and right, and you get like a 3-kill streak with 1 mag. It's insane. Speaking about mags, the most important thing you need to have on it is the 10mm auto 30-round mags. The reason why you want this is because it gets up the damage and range, but fire rate and recoil control isn't that. The recoil control is then processed to the Merc, which has more recoil control, so there is some recoil, but not as much. I'd go into a private match and practice recoil and controlling it, so that this gun basically has no recoil if you have the right control onto it. You just have to put down the stick, like literally not at all really, while you're firing, and it basically has no recoil. Also, the 10mm auto round mags has damage and range. The range is really important because the MP5, like most things, are more effective at short distances. It's way more effective at short distances, especially SMGs. If you take up the range, then it will give more damage for more range. The Striker 45 is basically a little worse than the MP5. It still has that insane range, and the range is the most that matters. And if you're going to run anything for Warzone, use the Striker 45. And the damage is really amazing too, because even though it takes down that fire rate, it still has a good fire rate. And if you're increasing damage, it's still insane. Recoil control, once again, is done by the Merc. We also got the stippled grip tape. 8 onside speed and sprint fire. It's pretty obvious why you need this. And stability doesn't really matter to me that much, so this is why I picked that. And slide fan, because you have 30-round mags and this thing has such a fast fire rate, you're going to want to use it, because if, let's say, there's 5 people in front of you and you can only take out 3 with 1 mag, then you can get behind some cover, reload in like maybe 2 seconds, and then get back into the battle and kill the remaining 2. The sleight of hand is really good on weapons that have a really short thing, like 30-round mags with that amazing of a hip fire. Wasting a full mag. As you can see, some not very decent recoil. Because it has such a fast fire rate, it will be going up a lot. That is a lot of recoil. Now let's put all of my attachments on it and see it with my setup that I have. See? Better. Way better. That's it, not controlled. Controlled, as you can see, basically zero recoil if you can control it. This is it. Like, I'm just gonna do a quick one. As you can see, that's it when you don't control it. Has a little less, but this is it. Control. As you can see. Now the fire rate on it is way. This is the fire rate with the normal thing. Pretty fast. But if you go back here, we go. Wait, no. If you go here, here, and here, you'll see that it's just a little bit. Still has pretty fast fire rate. There's one last thing that you wanted to check out. Mobility and aimlessness. Mobility is definitely better with this class setup, as you can see. As you can see. But